You guys see that number right there? That's a long number, isn't it? 2 quadrillion, 999 trillion, I believe. 999 billion, 997 million, 69,000, I think. 690,000, 00 Satoshis. That's what all that'll ever be, guys. And that's why, and obviously it's signed by Satoshi Nakamoto. And that's why, and that's what makes this thing so very, very valuable. What's up, guys? It is Saturday, December 21st, 2024. Today's Bitcoin block height as of this recording is 875,790. The Bitcoin price as of this recording is 96,900, just a shade under $97,000. And for $1, guys, $1, I can't believe I'm saying this, you can get yourself 1,038 Satoshis. And yes, I said it, for $1. My goodness, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Satoshi Saturday. I believe this is episode number 46. Now, normally, guys, I'm jovial and I like to have fun on Saturday. But over these next 30 days, 90, 120 days, I'm going to be a little bit more serious about what I'm doing here. And I need to give you guys a sense of urgency, okay? Now, you know how they say the term, the old terms we used to use in the fiat world, what they say, what was it? The floodgates are going to open. But in Bitcoin, they say gradually then suddenly. This is what I want to talk to you guys about today. As you can see from the title, I want to talk about the America's strategic Bitcoin reserve and what it's going to cause throughout this this global arms race for Satoshis. Because that's all there is, ladies and gentlemen. That's all there ever be. Okay? I believe it's just under or just at 1.98, or excuse me, 19.8 or just under 19.8 million Satoshis that have already been mined, or million Bitcoin, excuse me, that have been mined already. And less than 1.5 million, I believe, is going to be mined over the next 116 years, 115 years to the year 2140. Let me explain something to you guys, okay? This little dip, because some guy in a suit said that he's raising the cost of borrowing money over the next 6 weeks or months or whatever, is a gift for you, okay? Even when we went over 100,000 and buying 90 or 900 and something Satoshis for $1 was a gift, okay? This is the most finite money man has ever seen, okay? It just is, right? Here's why I'm making this video. When America does the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and I put this, what percentage do I put it on? Because again, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just telling you, open your mind. And I don't know nothing is for certain except this, okay? And God, and we're gonna die one day. And you gotta pay taxes, I guess. I put it at a 95+% that in the first, I'd say 30 days or shorter, that we are going to start stockpiling Bitcoin as a country, as America's country, okay? What do I put it as overall after the first 100 days? I put it at 100%. And here's why I do that. First of all, don't get distracted by these little clips you see from Jerome Powell talking about he can't have Bitcoin on the Federal Reserve or whatever. It has nothing to do with that, guys. It's all about the Treasury, okay? And I've been telling you guys that, right? We have some serious people coming in to this administration that people have no idea what these people are getting ready to do. Michael Saylor obviously is the biggest Bitcoin bull, maybe outside of Max Kaiser, because he's an old school guy, and he may have more than Saylor. Who knows? That guy's an OG, and he was getting it at pennies, 50 cents, whatever. He was giving away 10,000 Bitcoins at the time. Michael Saylor has been friends with Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and all these people in the Trump circle for 20 years. He said it. Eric Trump has said that. And I've told you about that. I think I played the clip maybe. Okay. Michael Saylor, when he's on these shows, and he said this a few months back too, that he can't tell you who he's talking to and this and this. And I'm just like, if you don't see what's going on here, guys, it's so obvious, right? And again, some of you guys are going to allude to, well, Trump during the Bitcoin conference didn't actually say it. You know, RFK Jr. was the one that was talking about 4 or 5 million, whatever he said, Bitcoin, which is not, I don't think that's feasible. Honestly, I don't think anybody can get 4 or 5 million Bitcoin. That's just me, but you could change my mind in the comment section. But you're going to say, oh, well, Cynthia Lummis came out after Trump and was more bullish than Trump was. Guys, listen, for those of you that think that, Trump obviously can't come out and say what he's really going to do once he comes in office. Trump is too smart for that. You ever read the book, The Art of the Deal, by the way? If you read that book, you'll understand. Even me, after the first conference, when RFK Jr. talked, I was bullish what RFK Jr. was saying. And then when Trump talked, I was a little bit bearish and I was a little bit disappointed because I was getting caught in the moment. But sometimes you have to step back from your feelings and look at things logically. And logically speaking, what kind of idiot would Trump be? And he's even said this in some of the press conferences when they ask him a question about war or something like that. They say, well, what's your plans on this? He's like, I can't tell you that. He's come out and said that. If I told you that, how stupid would I be? I'm basically telling you all my plans, and then the people that I'm negotiating with or going against are going to know my negotiation stuff. I can't tell you that. I mean, come on now. Don't ask stupid questions like that, basically. And that's what Trump is doing. Trump cannot come out here and talk about how bullish he is on Bitcoin. But I have heard this. Behind closed doors, Trump is a big bull on Bitcoin. He is. Now, some of you guys are going to say, well, what about in 2017 when he said this and that? Listen, man, first of all, we all don't like Bitcoin or think Bitcoin's a scam when we first start. Did you just jump into it when you first saw it? If you did, congratulations on you. Good on you. But I didn't. I didn't think it was necessarily a scam, but I just thought it was some internet money they use for the dark web. That's how I got introduced to it, with the Silk Road stuff. And I'm just like, nah, I ain't dealing with that stuff. And I didn't even pay any attention to it. And most people are the same. They just don't pay attention to it. And there's no incentive to. Trump had absolutely no incentive back in his first term to look at Bitcoin. What incentive he had? First of all, he's a billionaire in his own personal life, number one. But number two, he's in charge of America and the U.S. dollar. But the only way to save the U.S. dollar and also pay off the debt and lower inflation is Bitcoin. It just is. Satoshi's. Bitcoin on a higher level with America and these nation states. Let me tell you what's going to happen when Donald Trump buys Bitcoin, and probably even before this. I'm talking about the U.S. government, not Donald Trump. The U.S. government. It is going to be absolute pandemonium if it's not already behind the scenes. Again, I talked about this the other day. The UAE has allegedly, rumorly, bought in between 300 and 400,000 Bitcoin. Now, again, I don't know if that's true. But I've heard that from some serious Bitcoiners who I trust a lot and have been in the game for a long time. OGs in the space that have said this. And you can see it on the blockchain. Somebody's buying a lot, okay? Other entities are buying a lot. Here's what's going to happen. Trump has already hinted towards this. He basically said he wants to be the leader of crypto. I've told you this, guys, once. I'll tell you it again. Now, I know, Donald Trump has S-coined or whatever, but hey, I'm all about the free market. I don't mind people S-coining. I don't. If they want to do it, they want to do it, including Donald Trump. I don't care. That's not going to take anything away from Bitcoin in his own personal life. He wants to make a Donald Trump coin or whatever he wants to make, fine, so be it. I don't personally, advocate for it, but hey, I'm a free market capitalist. But what's going to happen when America buys a bunch of Bitcoin? You don't think Russia and China are going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin? You don't think the UAE is going to buy more? You don't think little small countries that are going to try to copycat? Because there's levels to this, right? You got El Salvador buying one a day, but then a few days ago they bought 11 in one day, which relatively speaking for them is a lot because again, we're all on different levels, and they're, I believe, a third world country. What do you think is going to happen when you only have this finite amount, and these countries start gobbling them up, and you see America coming in, not only trying to get to 1 million, but maybe even more? Once you see that, and you see these big boys doing this, because again, I believe the nations are even front running some companies, excuse me, and it's almost happening backwards. And I'm not saying no companies are getting in. Obviously, there's only 192, 195 countries. So percentage-wise, I think the countries are getting in more than businesses, because there's so many, 400 million businesses or whatever there are, putting it on the balance sheet. But these companies like Sepler Scientific, the one SS1, a bunch more mining companies and stuff like that. Not only are they front running a lot of businesses, the small businesses and big businesses, but again, the nations are going to do that too. So what does that mean for you, right? When you just saw me walk out of that CVS, let me give you a little secret for those of you that don't know. I'm a veteran, right? I used to be in the Navy, and I get a military check every month, and I have a couple different assets that I'm pretty much financially free, right? I can pay my bills without working. I don't work DoorDash so I can pay my bills, okay? And I'm not telling you that to brag, because I'm not a guy that has a bunch of money or nothing like that. Trust me, I'm not. I'm just a regular person, just like you guys, even lower than most of you guys, honestly, especially for my age, right? When I walk out of that CVS, that's where I get I have a DoorDash card, and I get free withdrawals from there, okay? What I do is I withdraw once I do a shift. I just got done doing a lunch shift. I go in there, I take the cash out, and then I'll take a little bit out for expenses and gas and taxes and stuff like that, just a little bit. And I do mean a little bit. And the rest of it, I go to my regular bank, Bank of America. I make a deposit, and that's what I use to buy Satoshis. I buy, and I say this all the time, but again, I have to say things over and over again because there might be some new people here. I buy every hour on the hour with Strike, the Strike app, Jack Mahler's Bitcoin app. To me, it's the best one. I love Bitcoin well too. I have that. Swan Bitcoin, they made some changes. Things change. But I highly suggest you take a look at Strike. Now, you can use whatever you want, but if you want to help support the channel and most importantly help yourself and get some free fees, you can go on the link below, verify your account, right? And then after the 7th day of buying DCA, dollar cost averaging, you can sign up. Either you can start DCAing either once a month, once every 2 weeks, once a week, once a day, or every hour on the hour like I do. Once the 8th day comes after them 7 days, you'll get free buys with no fees. Now, if you sign up with my link, you'll get your first $100 with no fees. Now, I'm not doing this as a commercial. I'm doing this as, you don't even have to use my link if you don't want to. Just go there and do it, okay? Go there and get a Bitcoin only exchange. And I'll make videos on that, and I always touch on that. And the reason I buy every hour on the hour, because the prices go up and down, and I just catch the waves. Again, I have a friend that buys 10 cents an hour. It doesn't matter what you buy. A lot of you thinking, oh man, Jerry, you got a lot of money, you're buying a lot. No. It's not about that. Even if you only buy, $3 a day, $10 a week, whatever it is, just divide that by the week or by the month or whatever, and then take that number and divide it by 24, because that's how many times you're going to be buying an hour a day, every hour, and then do that. And then do what you can to get some side money to smash buy, and that's the point. I do DoorDash strictly to buy Satoshis. I dash for sats, period. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. All I'm telling you is this. Make sure you get out there and either work some overtime, work extra hours, get some side money, whatever you can, because the next 30 to 90, 120 days, whatever it's going to be, 100 days, do you think if the strategic Bitcoin reserves get passed, or if Donald Trump does an executive order first to buy Bitcoin before the bill, Cynthia Lummis's bill is passed, what do you think is going to happen to the price? I'm predicting that Bitcoin, if the strategic Bitcoin reserve comes out, Bitcoin will hit $1 million in 2025. Between $800 and $1 million. Easy. Okay? And this is why I'm telling you this. I was going to make a video about UTXOs today. I'm like, wait a minute. I gotta have a sense of urgency with my audience here, and it's all about the timeline, man. And right now, the timeline we're on, you're gonna be looking back at these prices, ladies and gentlemen, and you're gonna be thinking, I did not stack hard enough. You think the difference between what I used to show in my old videos when the price was 20 something thousand or 40 something thousand, the difference between that and what it is now, just under 100 or just a little bit over 100 or right at 100 is big. You wait until the strategic Bitcoin reserve comes out and is at 800,000 to $1 million a coin. You're really gonna get sick. You're gonna get sick that you didn't buy enough and stack enough and work your butt off enough. You need to be out here working 18 hours. That's what I do. I got people texting me and doing this and doing that, and I'm in a lot of chat groups and stuff, and I'm doing, you know, a lot of different things, but I'm out here, and I'm not just DoorDashing, I do other stuff too. You know, I go to garage sales. I'll do anything, man, legally, to make some side money and then put the profits right into Bitcoin and then put the initial principal back into what I'm doing. But whatever it is, you need to get a piece of paper and pen and write down anything you do for a side hustle. The best way to do it, in my personal opinion, there's a lady named Laurel Langemeyer. I used to watch her back in the early 2000s. She used to work for Robert Kiyosaki. She had a board game, just like the Cash Flow Quadrant, or Rich Dad Poor Dad. She used to call it cash machine or something like that. You need to get yourself a cash machine to turn that cash into sats, period. And what's the best way to do it, in my personal opinion, and I learned this from Laurel Langemeyer, is do something that you're good at, right? Provide a good or service based on your skill set that the market needs. That's all you got to do. But you got to get out here and make as much as you can and work as hard as you can and work 3, 4, 5, 10 times harder than your competition, because trust and believe, everything is about competition. Don't be fooled, man. Don't be fooled. People are going to be competing for this, right? People are going to be competing in the market for your goods and services. So you got to get out here and outwork people, work smarter and harder, and make sure you work your ass off so you can get out here and get as many Satoshis as you can. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, listen, I say this all the time, and you guys have no idea we're on the timeline. We are a sperm in your father's you know what when it comes to how young we are right now. We're not a teenager. I know we're about to be 16 in a few weeks, but we're not even out of your dad you know what yet, okay? We are brand new, and in 100 years, I believe Bitcoin will be the standard, the global reserve, and it may, you know, we may not see this all the way through because it's going to take a while. Who knows? I don't know. But here's what I do know. Your family, your immediate family, the younger ones now that can barely talk, the ones that are not even born yet, people that don't even know you, are going to be thanking you, and they're going to be building statues of you in the future for you doing what you're going to do today and over the next few months and the next 5 to 10 years. You're the only one that can do it, guys. This is a once in a species opportunity. It is. Whether you know that or not, you need to study so you can know this. Sometimes I get emotional, man, because I just cannot believe I'm part of this. I'm just so blessed. And even me talking to you today, I'm a guy that doesn't stack hard enough. I need to be working more to make sure I don't let my family and my generations down. And please be the same way, okay? One day, I believe this, we're all gonna be working for Satoshis. Everybody is. We're going to be getting paid in the hardest money in the world when it comes to the dollar and the Satoshi, you know, living side by side. That's what's going to happen in the future. But people are going to have a choice. What do you want, these cuck bucks or Satoshis? Which one are you going to choose? You guys already know. So if that's the case and everybody's going to be working for them, why don't you get them now? And this is why I always say at the end of every video, and you guys know what I'm going to say, and I mean this, and please, Lord, let these words heed to these people and let them understand what's going on. Please. Do your family and your generations a favor and stack Satoshis today. Today, guys. So you and your family, please, guys, don't have to work for those exact same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.